Today we head to Sydney for my cousin's birthday. It's my first time to Sydney. Should be an exciting time. Nobody else is awake yet. I'm the only one that's ready to go. Maybe a long drive. I'm wide awake now. Still, no one's ready. So, I've even been to the shops and got myself breakfast. Yeah, people haven't showered, they haven't got their clothes together. I woke up and literally threw all my shit together in about 5 minutes. I don't know why it's taking so long. We just stopped off at a little town called Euroa. Now, you realise how much you really don't get along with your family when you go on these long trips, because I don't think anyone's said a word to each other in 3.5 hours. So I also found out that the reason my family were taking so long earlier today was they decided to pack enough clothes as if they thought we were going to Sydney for a year or two. Like, you could literally clothe a small country with the amount of clothes that they've brought with us. I have like a backpack. This is all their crap. And this little bag, that's my...
Sydney is the state capital of New South Wales and the most populous city in Australia and Oceania. Located 713 kilometres from Melbourne, on Australia's east coast, the metropolis surrounds the world's largest natural harbour and sprawls towards the Blue Mountains to the west.
So 10 hours later and we've finally gotten here. It's just been a hectic drive. Our family doesn't get along at the best of times, so it's been a really interesting drive here. Yeah, so this is my room. I've got 3 single beds, all in the same room. Quite spacious. Little TV here. This is like a bombshell out of the 80s, really. Like, little kitchenette type thing. And it smells super funky, so like clearly we got really super cheap hotel. Little shower with the bath. Oh, these tiles are out of a horror movie. That is shocking. Oh well, you know, what can you do? And this is a major bummer too. So I've just opened my window because I was going to go explore now that I'm here. Turns out, because I'm staying right near King's Cross, that it is currently pouring with rain. Now, this was not an issue about 5 minutes ago. So, I don't know, this might cut into some adventuring time. See if I can go out maybe and let's face it, I'll probably just get wasted somewhere and not find my way home tonight.
The Sydney area has been inhabited by Indigenous Australians for at least 30,000 years. The first British settlers, led by Captain Arthur Phillip, arrived in 1788 to found Sydney as a penal colony, the first European settlement in all of Australia.
I'm currently staying right next to King's Cross in a place called Potts Point, I think it's called. And he said pretty much there's nothing here, so I think I might catch a train to the city, go check out what's around there.
Since convict transportation ended in the mid-19th century, the city has transformed from a colonial outpost into a major global cultural and economic centre. As of June 2015, Sydney's estimated population was 4.92 million. In the 2011 census, 34% of the population reported having been born overseas, representing many different nationalities and making Sydney one of the most multicultural cities in the world. There are more than 250 different languages spoken in Sydney, and about 1/3 of the residents speak a language other than English at home.
Quite quickly, it's come to my attention that this is, I think, the smutty part of town, right next to where we're staying. There's, shall we say, nudie bars everywhere. Everywhere you go, people are coming up kind of asking, like, hey, do you want to come in, blah, blah, blah. You know, you get a free drink on entry, and it's very confronting.
And so out to explore I went.
Decided to head to the city. Hopefully we can see the Harbour Bridge and a few other things. It should be quite nice. From what I've been told, it's really beautiful. But I don't know, it's only 3 minutes away from here.
At first, I was a little bit underwhelmed by the train service in Sydney. Similar to Melbourne, they have a card system called Opal, which is effectively you top up and go. The trains weren't very frequent, however it was on time. The thing that really blew me away though, was the fact that they were double-storey trains, something you'd never see in Melbourne. Despite being one of the most expensive cities in the world, the 2014 Mercer Quality of Living Survey ranks Sydney 10th in the world in terms of quality of living, making it one of the most livable cities. It is classified as an Alpha Plus World City by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network, indicating its influence in the region and throughout the world. Ranked 11th in the world for economic opportunity, Sydney has an advanced market economy with strengths in finance, manufacturing and tourism. In addition to hosting events such as the 2000 Summer Olympics, Sydney is almost among the top 15 most visited cities in the world.
So after exploring for a bit, I've actually turned up one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and it happens to be the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and right next to it, Sydney Opera House.
The Sydney Harbour Bridge is a steel through-arch bridge across Sydney Harbour that carries rail, vehicle, bike and pedestrian traffic between the Sydney CBD and the North Shore. The dramatic view of the bridge, the harbour and the nearby Sydney Opera House is an iconic image of Sydney and Australia. The bridge's design was influenced by the Hell Gate Bridge in New York City. At each end of the arch stands a pair of 89-metre high concrete pylons, faced with granite. Some 250 Australian, Scottish and Italian stonemasons and their families relocated to a temporary settlement in Moruya, 300 kilometres south of Sydney, where they quarried around 18,000 cubic metres of granite for the bridge pylons. The official ceremony to mark the beginning of the construction of the bridge was on the 28th of July 1923. And the bridge was formally opened on Saturday the 19th of March 1932. The Sydney Opera House is a multi-venue performing arts centre. It is one of the 20th century's most famous and distinctive buildings. Designed by Danish architect Jorn Utzon, the building was formally opened on the 20th of October 1973, after a gestation beginning with Utzon's 1957 selection as winner of an international design competition. Work was authorised to begin in 1958, with Utzon directing construction. The government's decision to build Utzon's design is often overshadowed by circumstances that followed, including cost and scheduling overruns as well as the architect's ultimate resignation.
I'm currently walking around the outside of the Opera House and it is absolutely incredible. It's huge. Like, I've seen pictures of it before, but I never realised how big this thing actually was. It's monolithic.
Though its name suggests a single venue, the building comprises multiple performance venues which together are among the busiest performing arts centres, hosting well over 1,500 performances annually, attended by more than 1.2 million people. Performances are presented by numerous performing artists including 4 resident companies: Opera Australia, the Australian Ballet, the Sydney Theatre Company and the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. As one of the most popular visitor attractions in Australia, more than 8 million people visit the site annually, and approximately 350,000 visitors take a guided tour of the building each year.
Little tiles.
On the 28th of June 2007, the Opera House became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. During the construction phase, lunchtime performances were often arranged for the workers, with American vocalist Paul Robeson, the first artist to perform in 1960. The Opera House was formally completed in 1973, having cost $102 million. The original cost and scheduling estimates in 1957 projected a cost of $7 million and completion date of 26 January 1963. In actuality, the project was completed 10 years late and 1,457% over budget in real terms. After a big night of taking a combination of trains, taxis and walking all throughout the CBD of Sydney. I figured it was probably time to get myself some dinner, some beer, and head back to the hotel for the night for another big day tomorrow.
It's 10 PM at night. I've just gotten back to my hotel room. I've just ordered pizza from apparently rated the best pizza shop in all of Sydney. I was under the actual impression that, well, I was going to eat there at the restaurant, but what ended up happening was I ordered and they gave me my food and they gave it to me in this takeaway box. So clearly they were under a different impression. But yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Yeah, this was probably my fault. That's really good. 8 out of 10.
Hey guys, thanks for swinging by. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked day 1 in Sydney, go check out the rest of my videos, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time for day 2 of Sydney. And as always, this is an Aussie Abroad, signing off.